He's like going on chemo, but still smoking. Why would I take this and keep... So this is a completely impromptu. I don't have any notes. I wish I did have notes. That would help me out immensely, right? Right off the bat, I just want to get this out there. This is not a video I'm trying to convince anybody to live a different way. I'm not out to shame anybody or point out horrible things in the world. This is just a video about my choices and why I made the choices, and maybe even where I hope to go from here. All right, so no pressure. If you're watching this, thank you, I appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up and subscribe, tell a friend. It does mean a whole lot to me, and I am sincerely appreciative. So yeah, I am going to vegan, all right? For those of, actually, no one really knows unless you're really close to me, that I have been pretty much vegetarian for the past year and a half. I've decided to make the change to go completely plant-based. I know there's a slight difference between the definition of plant-based and vegan. Plant-based being is where you eat plants, or vegan, you take it to that next extreme where you don't wear leather, you don't do anything or support anybody or anything, any company that does harm to animals, which I'm completely for. That's awesome, amazing, but it's really not going that route just yet. Still have a leather motorcycle jacket, sorry. I want to talk about why. Why did I make the change to go from being omnivore to being a vegetarian, and then now to being vegan? It really all starts with my 20s. From my days in late high school, throughout the Marine Corps, and then until my late 20s, I was big into bodybuilding. So when I took that life seriously, all I would eat was chicken and steak, like nonstop. Like I'd have my bulking periods, right? Where I go on a seafood diet, which is where you see it, you eat it. But when I was taking things seriously, when I wanted to cut back, it was always like steak and potatoes or chicken, and that's all I would have when I was eating super clean. And honestly, this all started, the idea of going vegetarian was just because I was tired of the same thing over and over again. I wanted to expand my horizons, and I thought being a vegetarian would be a great segue in just exploring new food groups. All right, so if I could just make that call and at least now it's in my house, then I'm done with that, I could explore. And I did, and that was amazing. So that was the first reason why. But the big reason why, and if you see the thumbnail, this is what we're going to talk about now, is this picture right here was taken back in March 2020. Didn't tell really anybody about this. Really only the people that were really close to me know about it, like my girlfriend and my brother, and I'm not even sure my dad knows. All right, but so March 2020, this was the beginning of COVID in the United States. All right, or back then, everyone thought if you got it, it was a death sentence. You were going on a ventilator, you were going to die, so that's it. And what happened was when I was at work, I was feeling funny, right? And I had no clue what I was feeling, but I knew COVID was around, and I was really afraid that this was it. And I managed to drive myself. I had my Garmin on, which I'm not wearing now, but I was watching my heart rate go up and up and up. And never experienced that before. My ears were getting fire hot, and I started to feel myself fade in and out. Now, I left work, it's a tad bit early, thinking I just need to go home, right? I just need to go home, and it's a 45-minute drive from my work to my house. But as I'm driving, I feel myself again start to fade in and out, and I had no clue what was going on. Like my heart was just racing, and I managed to get myself to the hospital ER, which was extremely stupid. I understand that now as I was doing it. I was going stupid fast on the highway just to get there. So I get there, and they hook me up on all these sensors, right? After I filled this questionnaire, talked to people, because they're screening people for COVID, right? And I get to there, they hook me up with all these electrodes, And really just cut to the chase, is what it turned out to be was I was on the verge of a heart attack. My blood pressure was through the roof. I honestly forget what it was. It was really high, like 185 over 90. It was, I forget exactly, but it was up there. And what it came to be was my cholesterol was through the roof. And now I'm not the healthiest person in the world, but I'm definitely not the least healthy. And it was hard for me to wrap my brain around how my cholesterol was through the roof. I mean, I don't eat really, back then I didn't eat really clean, but I wasn't eating total junk. Like I wasn't stuffing my face with donuts every day. I mean, I probably have cereal before bed, some Oreo cookies if it was in the house. But besides that, there was always a good breakfast, good lunch, okay snacks. But definitely, I was never obese, ever. And I left the hospital on medication at the age of, I guess I was 35? Yeah, so I was 35. And that medication, now I'm unprepared. All right, so I'll post this down here because I'm gonna try to pronounce this. It's atorvastatin, I don't know. But now, at the age of 35 years old and now 36, I have to take these cholesterol pills with no end in sight, which blows my mind. And at the time, I had no idea. Well, I didn't know I was living such an unhealthy lifestyle. I didn't even know what cholesterol was. So I had to look into it, and because what I wanted to do, I like to self-remedy and self-medicate if at all possible. I wanted to know, what can I do to lower cholesterol levels? And really, well, first to know where cholesterol comes from and what it is. Well, first, what it is, it's oil in your blood that your body can't process. So it's just in your blood. That's why it goes to your veins and actually clogs an artery, which leads to a heart attack or heart disease, both. And where it comes from is simple. My dog's making some noise. Kilo. So cholesterol comes from meat products. All right, it's all it is it's animals, whether it be your steak, your chicken. It also comes from eggs, your dairy, like milk and yogurt. We're eating this stuff, and we can't process it. It stays in your veins, right? And I can't wrap my head around being medicated for the rest of my life at the age 35. Then I knew that I need to make a lifestyle change. And with COVID starting and coming in the United States, I wanted to be the healthiest I could be, because if I got it, back then, again, it was a death sentence, I wanted to make sure that I was doing everything I could to be around for my kids, right? If I got it, I wanted to push through it, beat it, and continue being a good father. And now this, I just knew, so now I could get COVID, but I can also die from a heart attack or heart disease at such a young age. To me, something that I can control is inexcusable to not control it. And I went to vegetarian. That was a start to that. And I found, as I continued my journey into being a vegetarian, I found that I felt better. It's my second why. I felt better, just mentally and physically ready when I ate plant-based. When I woke up and only had, oats, some fruit, snacked on fruit, for lunch. For a snack, and lunch was like an avocado and hummus sandwich. And then whatever for dinner, or beans. I just felt better. My mind was more attuned. I felt more at peace. I was just a happier person. And with those two things leads me now to try to get myself completely off dairy, because until recently, and actually now, I guess, until right now, I've still been eating eggs in the morning more times than not, unfortunately. I have since faded out cheese and dairy, but I really just want to make it, my lifestyle. I know that I feel better when I eat plant-based, and I know that I don't want to be medicated for the rest of my life for something that I can control. It makes absolute zero sense. You know, we all know that smoking is bad, so if you don't want to die of lung cancer, stop smoking. If I don't want to die of heart disease and a heart attack from cholesterol and not take this, stop the cause. Right? Stop it. You know, it's like taking medication, it's like going on chemo, but still smoking. Why would I take this and keep eating meat and keep killing myself with cholesterol? It does not make sense, well, at least not to me. But that's it. I mean, that's my story. Those are my really two whys. Stop being medicated, and I just feel great. Honestly, and immensely feel great. I'm making a call right now, going plant-based, cutting out the eggs, dairy's gone, milk, all that junk. Making a pledge to myself to be around for my kids as long as humanly possible and in good health. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and tell a friend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.